Hey, what's up BGI? This is John and here's your Tuesday Blues lesson 26. Alright gang, so today we're going to talk a little bit of music theory. But if you've been around BGI for any amount of time, you know that I only like to learn music theory where it makes me a better guitar player. And certainly I'm not going to pass on anything to you that wastes your time. So I really believe that this is a super important fundamental theory lesson that will help you as a guitarist. For me, when I first studied this, it sort of made everything kind of come together, or at least begin to come together. So I'm hoping it does the same for you. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the basic building blocks for chords from a major chord point of view. And so what we're going to talk about will be triads. Now triads are little 3-note chords that are ultra useful. They really are. But there's a certain order of things that you need when you're playing a major triad. So what we're going to do is take a look at how we pick those specific 3 notes and how they come together as a triad. So let's go to the guitar and I'll show you an example. All right, so let's go and start looking at triads from an A major standpoint. Now this applies to every chord: A major, A sharp major, G, all the chords that you could possibly name, you can play a triad with, but we're going to limit this to just talking about A. So for A, we build a triad using certain scale degrees, okay? And when we say scale degree, that implies the major scale. So let's play the A major scale right here, starting out on this A, which is the 7th fret of the 4th string. All right, so the A major scale would look like this. Now, if we gave each of those notes a number, they already have a name, right? But if we gave them a number, we would say that this is the 1, or the root, 2, 3, 6, 7, and then finally back to the octave or 1. Okay? So these are the scale degrees that I was talking about. You've got your root, then you've got your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and octave. Okay? So to play a major chord, you got to have 3 things, right? We keep talking about that magic number 3, triad. And the 3 that you have to have to make it a major chord would be the root, the 3rd, 1, 2, 3. So those 2 together, but we need one more, and it's the 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. We got an A major triad right there. Okay, so if you download the tab for this lesson, I've got a nice little exercise that I really think will help your ear and help you sort of make sense of these little triads. And what we're going to do is play each scale. So like if we're dealing with A as the example, we'll play the A major scale. Then we'll pick out the 1, 3, and 5. And strum them. So there's a lot going on there. You're playing the scale, so you know the context of what you're talking about here. And then you bring together, or you bring out the 1, 3, and 5, and then finally play them together to hear it come together as an actual chord. So there's a lot going on here that's jam-packed in just this little bit of time in music. Now the exercise that I have tabbed out for you moves through all 12 keys. So it's a great workout and something to focus your practice on. Okay, so I know that you know, maybe talking scales and all that stuff doesn't sound all that exciting as, say, a nice lick, but at the same time, this is incredibly important. It will make your licks make a little more sense. It will make the certain notes that make a lick sound bluesy kind of just pop out to you. But the key is where we go from here. We've just fleshed out the very basics of, you know, how to build a major chord, but a lot of the concepts that we learned apply to how to make that chord minor. and how to make that chord into a 7th chord, things like that. And then also we can play the triads all over the neck when we introduce things like inversions. And that's what we're going to talk about next in our little chord study. So stay tuned, because we've got some really cool music theory related stuff to come up in the Tuesday Blues series. So do me a favor and let me know if you dig this stuff, if it really is helping you. Just leave a comment on YouTube or back on the website, so I know that, that you guys are digging this music theory stuff. Again, I'm only going to talk about music theory if I think it's going to help you. So with that, that closes out lesson number 26. So be sure to grab that tab and practice this thing up, and we'll talk to you in lesson number 27. All right, thanks, and have a great week, everybody.